everybody, welcome to my channel, This and That Resourceful Living. So today, he's going to be making cookies.
I'm going to try.
I'm probably going to have to help him a little bit. We had a little discussion with the measuring cup here a minute ago.
Like most men, I'm lost when it comes to the kitchen.
So he'll make some cookies with some assistance from me. So anyway, he's going to be making some acorn flour cookies. What is more resourceful than going out picking up acorns and then making something with it?
Yes, and this is something that I've actually learned several years ago because I actually do historical reenactments. And I've learned to live off the land, if you will, learn to like things that most people might turn their nose up at. And one of the first things that I learned was how to make acorn flour, and this was decades ago. But until recently, I really didn't apply that knowledge, and so we're going to apply it here.
Because, you know what? When you're hungry, yeah, acorns may not taste the best, but if you're hungry, it'll fill your belly.
Yes, and you'll leave a link below to the video that I did on our other channel showing how to make it and some of the processes that you'll need to learn to leach the tannin and that bitter taste out of the acorn. And once that's done, I won't really say that it's an acquired taste. It's a different taste. And I really don't have anything to compare it to, because if you've never had acorn flour, you just can't arbitrarily say, hey, it tastes like chicken.
Yeah, it tastes like chicken.
Everything tastes like chicken. So I guess let's just get at it.
Yeah, so let's get cooking. He needs supervision, I think.
Yes, I do. So the first requirement is to know how to read a recipe, to understand what your measuring devices are.
And that's why I'm here,
Yes.
to assist in that.
And one of the reasons why a good reading skill is required is because you have to find your favorite chocolate chip cookie recipe. So let's get started. What we need first is 3/4 cup of Crisco. In other words, animal fat or vegetable fat.
You can also substitute it with the same amount for butter.
So the first thing we need to do, according to the recipe, is get 3/4 cup of good old fat. Whether that be vegetable fat or, you know, the primordial cow fat. Either way you want to describe it. Now, since I can no longer see the 3/4 mark inside the cup, I'm just going to assume this is 3/4 cup.
It's an estimate, it's fine.
Of big old greasy animal fat.
Well, that's technically vegetable fat.
Well, technically it is, but it very well likely could be animal fat. Alright, now the next thing we need is, looks like 1 1/4 cups of brown sugar. So I'm going to mix some of this brown sugar. Could you grab me another spoon, please? So I don't cross-contaminate.
Mom will kill you if you get get Crisco in her sugar.
1 1/4 cups of brown sugar. And we are preheating the oven to 375 as we are having fun here. Okay, that's not quite a cup yet. Like you said, close enough.
This has to happen all the time.
Well, you know what? Since
The counter's clean, right?
it's just us eating this.
It's going to be baked anyway, it's fine.
That's right, that's right. All of the germs will be baked out of it. Okay, so now we need 1 cup. Now we need another 1/4 cup. Let's see here. Oh, look at this. In the drawer of magic tools. Another 1/4 cup. Now let's see if I can't be just as sloppy as I was last. Close enough. Look, here's the whole thing. The acorn flour is going to disguise any screw up that this recipe may happen to end up being.
Resourceful living tip number 1.
Yes. when you are working with something that you are unfamiliar with as far as taste, don't worry about it. Either you're going to like it or you're not. Okay, so let's get this cleaned up here and see what we need next. Okay, next we need 2 T's. So the 2 T, is that tablespoon?
Is it capital T?
Yeah, capital T.
That's a tablespoon.
That's a
big
tablespoon. So
one.
we need 2 tablespoons of milk. That's the big one, guys. 1. Whoops, this is just a little bit too much. Sorry about that. Just remember, the acorn flour taste will disguise the fact that there's a little bit more milk in it. All right, now we need a tablespoon of vanilla. Now, if you're really an entrepreneur with recipes, you can substitute vodka. But for this experiment, I'm going to make sure that that measurement is spot on. And it really doesn't matter because the acorn flour will disguise the taste of the vanilla. Okay, now
You're kind of reminding me of the Swedish Chef right now.
I know. Wait, we got to make sure we get every little bit of animal fat and sugar into this mixer.
That's what makes the deliciousness.
Oh yeah. Okay, now we got that. Now we go on. Oh, let's see. At this point, let's see here. Oven to 370, mix Crisco sugar, milk, vanilla, blend with an egg. So I do need an egg.
How many eggs?
The recipe calls for 1. White egg, brown egg, it really doesn't matter because just remember, the taste of the acorn flour will disguise.
Are you trying to get me to snort? Is that your
I
goal?
want to hear you snort. There she goes. Okay, now it says to blend. We need to plug in first.
Lock it.
Lock it. The buzzer tells me that the oven is preheated. We're probably a little early on preheating the oven, but hey. All right, now to turn this contraption on.
You flung sugar everywhere.
I know, I'm going to get some of this stuff off. I'm going to blend it.
Now's me when we use that strict sides.
Yes, okay. I see. Okay, next, after that gets well blended. That's not quite
There.
well blended yet, is it? I can see I'm going to have to blend some of this by hand.
Nah, it's fine.
All right, we'll let that work. Let me read some more of the recipe. Okay, now we need flour, salt, baking soda. Okay, so what do we need here for flour?
Good
1
enough.
3/4 cups of flour.
Let me do this quick.
Okay, so what we're going to do here is make us a little bit of room.
It's a little lumpy, but
Well,
I think it's fine. It'll, when it cooks, it'll
I
be
think
fine.
by the time we get the flour in there, she's gonna,
The Crisco is cold.
yeah. Okay, so we need 1 3/4 cups. Now, this is when you have to apply the science and the math. The recipe is gonna call for 1 3/4 cups of flour. The first time I made this recipe, I have to admit, the taste of the acorn flour might have been a little overwhelming for some people. For me, it was just fine. But since you're not going to be eating these, and I will, I'm just going to follow what I did the first time. Got 1 cup of flour, and then I'm going to put another 1/4 cup. Excuse me, it says 1 3/4 cups. So I'm going to actually just go 1 cup. 1/4 cup, excuse me. Let me do the applied math here. A 1/2 cup, and then I'm going to put in another 1/4 cup of regular flour.
Math's hard, mister.
Well, it is when you're dealing with fractions. But anyhow, the whole point with this flour comes down to do some experimenting. I would start off with less than what you think might be desirable to your taste with this Acorn flour. If you like it the way you decide to how to do it, that's fine. If you want a little stronger taste of the Acorn, then certainly the next recipe, add some more Acorn flour to it. That's what I did. So anyhow, we're gonna blend this together. Oh, excuse me, I think I'm missing some salt.
You're missing some ingredients
I'm
there.
missing some ingredients. Okay, I need some baking.
Wait, did it call for baking powder or baking soda?
Well, it just says salt, soda, add to mixture. So I'm thinking it would be.
That's baking powder.
I don't want that. What?
No, you don't.
Why did your mother? Oh, you know why? Because that's all about empty. I don't think we're gonna have enough here. Let's see, 3/4 teaspoon. I don't 3/4.
Yeah, that's not enough. Well, improvising.
We're gonna improvise. Well,
The acorn flour will hide it.
that's right. That's right. The Acorn flour will hide the taste that this is baking powder and not baking soda. And it says 3/4 of a teaspoon. Yeah,
That's
looks
close
about
enough.
right. Looks about right. Okay, now we need
Salt.
we need 1 teaspoon of salt. There's the salt. Now, if you might be thinking that the salt is going to help cover the taste of the Acorn flour, it does not. It just doesn't cover the taste of that. All right, now we need, let's see, all right, here's when you're going to have to make a decision based on your likes. Now, since I like chocolate, I prefer to put in 1 cup of semi-sweet chocolate chips. Others will probably prefer to put in 1 cup of chopped nuts. But since you're not going to be eating this and I am, I'm going to go with what I prefer.
The nuts are optional.
Yes.
So you need to mix this first before you put in the chocolate chips.
Combine flour with mixture, stir in chips and nuts. We'll mix that. Oops, let me get a cup measured out here. While that's mixing, I'm going to make myself a little bit of breathing room here.
Now you can put the chips in.
Okay, the expert is telling me I can put in the chips. Alright, good enough. That looks divine.
Yep, and that's done.
That's done. Alright, so at this point you can kind of see that the color of the Acorn flour is going to be kind of brownish. And at this point, if it's really your liking to eat cookie dough, bon appetit. Right?
Here, you want to do that?
Yeah, I clean this up. Okay. Take this off and slide.
You want to put the cookie sheet over there?
Slide this over. Clean up some of our. Give us a little bit of room here. Okay, now it says drop in teaspoon on ungreased cook for 8 to 10 minutes. Do not over. I want them bigger.
Oh, okay.
I mean,
It doesn't matter.
yeah. Okay, so the recipe at this point tells me to drop in 1 teaspoon on an ungreased cookie sheet and bake it for 8 to 10 minutes. But like most men, or Tim Allen, we're gonna go with a large spoon. Now, I guess I'm gonna have to put my finger in there. Oh, look at these nice, happy little cookies. Ooh, that's gonna spread out so much that one will fill you for your dinner tonight.
Happy little cookies.
Oop, the dog. All right, let me just keep going here. Put them on a... Now keep in mind, since this is a man's mentality here, these cookies are going to spread and they will be touching each other as they cook. If you don't like your cookie touching each other as they spread out and cook, well then make the adjustment yourself. I'm just having fun here. Oh, look at that. Oh, these are going to be so good. But you know what I like about this the most, Shyla?
What's that?
All the chocolate chips. All the chocolate chips.
And you know you're probably going to be the one eating all the cookies anyway.
Well, of course. Of course, because you know your mother's already tried these, and you know it. Oh, that's a bit too much. My goodness, I don't know if I'm making cookies or donuts right now. I kind of get this.
Okay,
I already know for a fact that your mother does not care too much, and that's probably because I have, you know, a lot more of the wild acorn flour taste in the cookie, and there again, it does take a little getting used to.
That's Mom. She's watching this.
I think when all of these things spread out, I'm going to have a mountain of cookies. Chocolate chip cookies.
It's probably going to be more like chocolate chip brownies.
Well, here's the thing. As I mentioned before, I know darn well what's going to happen. The taste of the acorns will overpower the chocolate chip, and I won't even be able to taste the chocolate chip. All right, I'm going to make a little tiny one right here for the Keebler elves so that they can also enjoy my recipe. There you go, little Keebler elves. Let's see you sit around that little tree house and make acorn flour. Wait a minute. Why didn't they think of this already? I mean, they're living in a tree. You would think that they would make cookies from, you know, a natural nut such as acorn. All right.
You think.
Does that look... I guess that looks cozy enough.
Yeah,
Just
it looks fine.
Just so that we can tell. Actually, tastes a little nutty. All right, let's put these in the oven for 8 to 10 minutes. Preheated at 375. Oh God, those things are gonna flatten out like nobody's business. Now I know up to this point it's been a barrel of laughs, but in all reality, you want to make sure that the flour that you use is going to work fine in the elevation that you're living at, because certain elevations will change how these recipes turn out. And since I'm not a scientific expert when it comes to acorn flour, it is my strong suggestion that you keep an eye on your cookies as they're baking, because you don't know how this acorn flour is going to react to the elevation that you're actually living at. Does that make sense?
Yep.
Makes sense coming from a guy like me. Oh. I don't think I was quite expecting something like this. But hey, don't worry about how they look. The acorn flour will disguise how they look. Couple more minutes, I guess.
Yep.
Kim, since you're the expert in this kitchen, and since I overdid the amount of dough to make, you know, a normal size cookie, I need you to tell me if you think these are done. because I'm inexperienced.
A minute or two.
All right, a minute or two more.
Thanks, Mom.
You're welcome.
Cooking time may vary depending on how big of a lump of dough you want to put on the tray. So it's not quite 8 to 10 minutes in this batch.
We're at 12.
Yeah, maybe like 12. You see, and there again, that's something you may want to experiment with because you're dealing with a different type of flour. You're dealing with acorn flour, and it may just require a little bit longer cooking time.
Or you make ginormous cookies and you need more time to bake them.
Well, you know, my thought process was just to take the dough and flatten it out in the entire pan, bake it, and then cut it up into little squares and have cookie squares.
That would work.
That's my excuse, and that's what I'm sticking to. Okay, so off camera, I was instructed how to chip these cookies by myself. And it's not a real technical tool. It's actually called a toothpick. And what I was told to do is to stick the toothpick into the cookie, and if it comes out clean, it's done. So let's see if this works. Open the door. Oh, that's not done. That's not done. No way. I don't think these are done.
Nope.
There again, well, that's what happens when you want to improvise and put more dough onto the pan than what the recipe calls for. So stand by until they're done. Well, expert number 2, my daughter Shyla, says that these cookies are done. So we're going to take them out of the oven, and I want to present a really nice welcoming shot of these cookies. But it just dawned on me that my frying pan from cooking breakfast this morning is still on top of the stove, so you're going to have to excuse the ignorance. Here we go.
Excuse the mess.
Excuse the mess. Here are the cookies. Boy, they do look good.
They do, actually.
They actually look good. So we're going to let these cool for a little bit, and then we'll come back and do the taste test. Okay, so they've been cooling here for what, about 5-10 minutes?
About that.
And they're easily coming off of the cookie sheet. Alright, here we go. Boy, this is pretty fun. Yes, I have my Roadkill Cafe apron on. I probably should say Acorn Kill Cafe.
They're hard to field dress, those acorns.
The acorns are real hard to field dress. Alright. Who wants to go first? Shyla? Tim?
Okay.
Oh, no one's going to speak up.
What, you're not going to hand me a cookie?
Actually, these are better than the first time I made them. And I think the reason being is because I put a 1/4 cup of the acorn flour into that recipe.
They're actually pretty good.
Actually,
They're a lot better than the first batch you made.
they're damn good. I think the squirrels would even like this. In fact, I think the deer would even eat these. They're actually, all right, they are better than the first time I made them. they really are.
Pretty good. Well, thanks for
Yeah.
making them for my channel.
Hey, you're welcome.
My viewers.
Yes, and don't think this is the end of it, because I have more outdoor resourceful living skills to employ on this channel. You know, besides just hamming it all up. Damn, these are good. These,
You want to try them?
actually, I'm not kidding you guys.
Do you want to
I
try
really wish we
Thanks.
could taste these. These are good.
All right, Mom, what do you think?
Pretty good.
They're better than the first time you made them?
Yeah.
Yep, you got just that little bit of a
It's a bit nutty.
Yeah, it's just a little bit of that, tastes like chicken. We're going to enjoy these. Thanks for allowing me
Yeah.
to grace your channel.
Yeah.
And,
Yes, you graced my presence.
Yes,
Well, thank you for doing the cookies for my channel. I appreciate it.
you're welcome. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
You going to stop laughing so I can do this?
What you do, like Mom's, it's got the line.
Oh yeah, there you go.
So you just pack it in, and it's not.
That's a 3/4 line. You sure?
I would say, yeah.
Yeah, possibly. Now I know up until this point it's all been
Fun and games.
one. Okay, 1, 2, 3.
At least you didn't do a home improvement thing with the blowtorch cooking.
I very much could have done that.
Well, that's resourceful living.
That's resourceful.
Cook with a blowtorch.
It's not much different than cooking over an open campfire, is it? It's all about heat control.
He needs supervision.
He really does.
Alright. You know, those look pretty good.
Mm-hmm.
And once again, you know, you're dealing with an Acorn. Okay, hold on. Were we actually recording this whole thing with a dirty frying pan?
Yeah.
Oh God.
It's lived in.
Oh goodness. All right.
Well, you can't tell that it's dirty.
Okay, let's start over.
Okay.
Well, is that in the shop?
Yeah.
Not bad. Pretty good.
Oh, you know, I even impressed myself. Kat, you don't want to put that. Just make sure this gets edited out. We're just cutting up here.